Hello, hello, welcome back. We will be drawing the elbow pipe today. I think I'm gonna have to break it up into two parts. There's a lot of new stuff in this video for this one. The pipe you'll see, it looks like it's got what's called a sweep we'll have, because of the two sketches. Yes, it's called sweep, not squeak. Sweep. We're gonna copy a sketch so I don't have to draw the edges, the flanges once. I'm also gonna show you how to do a counterbore hole. It's a different method, and we're gonna show you how to do a section view on the drawing sheet. So I'm probably gonna break this up into two parts just so things move along quickly. And if anything's over like 5 minutes long, none of you watch anyway. So two-parter. All right, so I'm going to start by drawing one of these faces. I'm actually going to leave out these four holes. I'm going to do that at the very end. There's a button that does it for us in Onshape called a counterbore hole. And I only have to draw this once. I'll copy it into the other plane for the other side of the pipe. All right, let us begin. So looking at that, I'm going to start drawing this on the right face. Normalize that. Let's draw a sketch, right plane. And looking at some dimensions, I'm going to start with circles, clickety clackety. Before anything though, I changed my workspace to millimeters, right? Change your workspace to millimeters. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm not in a sketch anymore. It's over. Right plane, circle, this one, pull it. First one's 210. I'll show you that where it's at in a second. This one's 290. There it is. Zoom out. Right, those are these over here, showing you the full widths of the thicknesses of the pipe during the bend. Now I'm going to draw the square. So we're actually not going to use these sketches for our extrude just yet. Actually, we'll use a small one. And then I'm going to do a center rectangle, pull this out, click. This is 360 by 360. Enter, enter. And then I'm actually going to draw another one, but it's going to be a construction line to get the four corners. So I have the center of these circles for these drill holes, counterbore drill holes. So I'm going to draw a construction line, right? I'm still have the rectangle selected. I'm going to switch it over to construction line. It's not actually going to be part of my drawing. And this one is 260 by 260. And those will be the center points of my circles. There, 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 and there. All right, this looks a little funny right now. Things are overlapping. Dimensions are inside. It's all good though. I believe that is it for this sketch. For now, at least. No, I lied. Go back into that. Let's, instead of filleting the extruded part, let's just fillet this now so that when we copy it, it's good to go. So fillet this, click back in, right, fillet, that, click, it's not actually radius that, it's radius 20, enter. So now I can go here, here, click, here, 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 click, here, here, click, enter, escape. Right, so all those are radius is 20 because they're copied. You'll notice some of these things, all these little symbols here, these are called constraints. I don't know how much detail went into these in the other videos, but they're going to come up real soon here. So I just want to show you the check mark is there, so they all show up. This one means that they're touching those points. That's touching that. It's coincident, that one. Perpendicular, horizontal, right? That's what these are. I'll explain more when we hit a few more of them in a second. But now I believe that sketch is done. Yeah. Extrude it. Sketch one. You'll notice it doesn't do our construction line thing. That's great. It does that. But we do want this circle here, right? I had to choose both of those. So going back to the drawing face, right? We're drawing this guy right here, right? Yellow on the black color, real clear to see. So that outer circle is actually this line back here, right? The thickness. So I actually want that part of this face. I don't want the small one on the inside. So that's why I had to double select that. That's in there. I will counterbore in a second, but wait a second. This is going out towards me. I think I want to go in. I do want to go in, and I want the thickness of it to be 50. Check mark. Enter, right? This is 50. From right here, it's 50. All right, so that is there now. If I go to isometric view, there it is. I drew that face. I will do the counterbore holes in a second. I first want to copy this whole thing over and have it show up on the other part of the flange, part of the T, the pipe, sorry, elbow. So how do I get that? Well, I need to first figure out my distances across to get to it. So I'm basically going to draw this line, and we're actually going to use this line for our sweep later as well. So it's going to be good that we're drawing this line. All right, so let us snap to front. I'm going to draw a sketch on my front plane, and it's just going to be a bunch of construction lines. Now remember, I made that go in, so I'd have the thickness here. And then if you look back over here, it starts to give us some dimensions. It gives us this 150 of straight, gives us a radius of 260, and then another 150 straight. So line construction from our center point out, make sure we're horizontal. So you'll notice underneath, I can't move my mouse and show you, but underneath the crosshair there, I got that horizontal line. So I'm going to click 150, enter, and you'll notice if I show that constraint, that horizontal line's still there, needs to be there. I'm going to leave my constraints on just to keep showing you some stuff. Circle, I'm just going to draw this out in the middle. We need construction line circle out in the middle, nowhere here. And this guy here is 260, enter. That's a diameter of 260. I want a radius of 260. If the diameter, the radius of 260, my diameter is 520. 520, there it is. Diameter is 520, so my radius is 260. So now look, I'm going to start doing some of these guys here to fix this to that. So I'm going to hit my tangent first. So this is a tangent one. Tangent this circle with that line, and it moved it, but we're not touching yet, just made it tangent. So if that continued, it would hit that. So to actually make it so it's touching, I got to do the coincident, that and my point there. So now this actually has, zoom out, both tangent and coincident on it. It's weird that's showing it over there, but that's that right there. All right, so I've hit that point. That is now in the right spot, and now I can draw my line, also a construction line. I'm going to just draw this out in the middle of nowhere, but notice my vertical constraint. Click. This one is 150. Click. And it's blue because it's undefined. There's nothing tying it to anything else. We need to do that right now. So I'm going to do tangent, this guy, this guy. There you go, moved it, but it's not touching anything yet. And then coincident, that guy, and now we're touching. Beautiful, right? So now I can actually take my scissors and trim the rest of that circle away, and now I have my arc, and I have my 150, 150. So now I have the point of where I can copy and paste this other guy here. But if you look back here real quick, I just drew this on my side view, which happens to be the front plane right now, right? And I want that top part of the flange to be on there, but it's turned sideways on it. So it's actually going to be drawn now on the, this is the top plane, right? I just drew that line on the front plane. I now need to draw the top plane. So back over here, this sketch is done. I'll use it again later. Don't forget about them. But I need it now on the top plane, right? And I want that point to be part of it. So I'm going to do a new sketch, top plane. And I'm actually going to hit this button. Where's convert? This button, convert entities. All right. I want this point, that endpoint there. So I'm going to convert entity, just that point. So now that point is on our sketch, but our sketch is down there. I need to actually draw a new plane. Forgot about that. One take wonder. Let's delete that point. Let's get rid of this sketch. I need a new plane. I need a new plane. I need this plane to be up here. So I actually need to offset my plane up to that point. So we're learning how to draw new planes. Yay. I actually don't know the full distance, and it's not given to us with that arc. So let's just measure that real quick. So I have the measure button down here underneath my pretty face. I'm going to measure from here to here. And that in the X distance is, the Z distance is 410. Right? Yes, 410 in that distance. Also the Y, what's the green? Oh yeah, 0 on the Y. So in that full distance vertically is 410 millimeters. So my offset of my plane in a second, you'll see, is going to be 410. All right, so let's draw a new plane. How do you draw a new plane? It's good that we have to do this because it's something else that you guys need to know how to do for other drawings. And this button right here is plane. So I'm going to click on this plane. I'm just going to offset my top plane. So I'm going to choose top. So entities offset top plane, and I'm going to offset it. Wow, I already forgot my number. I think it was 410. And we want to go up 410. So check. So now that plane, whoopsies, is in line with that point. We did it. Good work, team. So now when I draw a sketch, I'll be on this plane. So that is new. Pay attention. The plane button right there, up in that plane. So now I can copy this sketch and put it on that plane. All right, so now I can do the sketch on this plane. I want to convert entities, that point. So now this point is on our plane for our sketch. It's fine, this is small, it's just showing us the little thing there. We're actually drawing it up here, and you should see that it goes right through that point, which is perfect. That's what we want. All right, so now that point is part of it as well. And I'm actually going to go to, what is sketch 2? Oh, sketch 2 is our horizontal. Sketch 1 is all this fun stuff. So I'm actually going to right click on sketch 1. I'm going to copy sketch. I'm going to click on my top view just so I'm looking down on the plane that we're working on here, sketch 3. And I'm actually going to right click again and paste sketch entities. And look at that. It's on our point. Perfect. And it's not actually, or it's on our plane, but it's not on our point yet. And we're going to do that with another one of these. So I'm just going to click, check mark, we're good. And then I'm going to, everything's tied together. Oh, it's all blue. Is this not going to move it all as one? Doing this live, ladies and gentlemen. I did coincident. That. Coincident. There we go. Move the whole thing. There we are. Now we're defined. It was blue because we weren't defined. We weren't tied to a point. But now that I highlighted everything and I clicked on the point that I converted onto my plane and my center point of my sketch, I'm on there. All right. So now we're good. Now we're on that point. Now I can click the check mark. Now I can extrude from sketch 3. It's going in the wrong direction. Flip it. And we need that circle as well. And the thickness of this is 50. Check. Check. So now we look at that. We have two things up in the air. They're two different colors right now because they're two different parts. Would I be allowed? Am I allowed to make this? No, I can't make this a new thing. Oh, wait, can I have done add? Merge scope 1. Yeah, it doesn't like it because they're not touching yet. Once we do the full sweep, then we can make it one part. But right now it's two separate parts, which is fine. All right, so we need to get, let's do the counterbore holes here, and then I'm going to stop and start the next video. All right, so we'll do the holes first. I'm going to turn these sketches back on. I'm going to look at my right side here, and these holes are going to go right here, right here, right here. And if you look up here, there's a hole button. Perfect, exactly what we want. And if you look on our actual drawing, it's stepped, right? This is called counterbore. So there's two holes, two circles at two different depths. And this is so the top of the nut or a washer or something can fit inside there and be flush with the flange, right? Because two pipes are going to be coming up into each other. So you want it to be flush and smooth. So let's hit the hole button. And you'll notice it says this drop down might be simple. was testing this before, so I changed it to counterbore. Countersink is if you have a screw and it's tapered and you won't have an angle. But we want this to be counterbore because we have two different thicknesses or hole diameters. So, which one's which? This is the small hole that's going through the whole thing. Yeah. So the small hole going through the whole thing is, where is it? Where is it? Radius 10. Why would they give, wow. Who in their right mind would dimension that like that? No. Times 2. Oh, because they sectioned it. It's 30 and 60. What is it? Oh, this is filleted. My bad. We'll fillet at the end. So the small hole's 30, the big hole's 60. So the small hole is 30. Well, relax, buddy. The big hole is 60. The depth of this guy is 10. Look at that, they knew. and it goes through the whole thing, it's 50. Right? The small hole goes through the whole thing. The top big hole only goes 10 millimeters. And then our sketch points. So it's there, right? We did all our corners. There, 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 there. It should go all the way through. It does. And we can do this in once, right? This is why we turn our sketches on, right? The eyeball if you don't see it. So that we can get all of these in one go. Let's make sure we click on the right point. There you go. And now check mark on the counterbore holes. So now we have a washer or nut can fit flush. We have it on both sides. We're at the angle. So the next video I will sweep and I will show you how to put on a drawing sheet. All right. Good luck. Have fun so far. I'll be back in a second. Where's the stop button? There it is. See you later.